Hello, chubby bunnies. Welcome back to another weekly episode of Gaming News Headlines. It seems like Game Freak just can't catch a break. Nintendo fans are outraged after the launch of Pokemon Sword and Shield over numerous issues that range from questionable design decisions to game-breaking bugs. A non-comprehensive list of problems includes the game being locked to 30 FPS with game speed tied to the frame rate, sound control settings being locked behind an optional obtainable in-game item, short game length with lack of post-game content, and numerous poor quality textures and animations. Many players have also complained that aside from the change to an open 3D world, this latest title adds few new features while cutting many Pokemon mainstay mechanics. Despite fan complaints, a number of gaming news outlets rated Pokemon Sword and Shield highly in their reviews, with IGN giving the game a 9.3 out of 10, sparking further anger from the Pokemon community. Unfortunately, all of this has amounted to one of the shakiest launches in the franchise's history. But like they say, when it rains, it pours. Right, Brock?
Hey, I know! I'll use my trusty frying pan as a drying pan!
If the Pokemon launch wasn't enough to chafe Nintendo fans' chaps, Germany and Norway are going to court against the Big N over their pre-order refund policy. The heart of the issue is that Nintendo does not allow purchasers of their European eShop titles to refund their pre-orders, which in the eyes of Norwegian Consumer Rights Council is super duper illegal. Nintendo claims that because pre-orders can be preloaded onto consoles, that fulfills the sales contract, while Norway's council argues that the contract isn't fulfilled until the game is actually playable. The proceedings for this case began nearly a year ago when the Norwegian government notified Germany's consumer rights enforcer of the potential breach in consumer law, and Germany agreed to take Nintendo to court over it. Last week, the trial officially began in Frankfurt, and a verdict is expected by the end of the year. Enough about you, Nintendo, you adorable train wreck. Sony needs some attention. Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding saw an incredible release, with launch sales making it the biggest new IP in Japan since the original Dark Souls. With over 185,000 units sold, Death Stranding topped the launch sales of more recent titles such as Sekiro, Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Octopath Traveler. This success comes in the wake of the game's director's very public breakup with publisher Konami, and Death Stranding marks the first game Kojima has directed without Konami's influence. If you are a fan of the weirder sides of Metal Gear, you really should check out Norman Reedus and the Magical Fetus. It may be the most Kojima game yet. And finally, last week, Microsoft held their annual XO conference, which comes with a flurry of game and feature news, though notably absent was any mention of their next-gen console, Project Scarlet. New game announcements include a new title from Rare named Everwild, which somewhat resembles Breath of the Wild, a December 3rd release date for Halo Reach, the first part of the Master Chief Collection, and the long-awaited return of the Age of Empires series, with Age of Empires 4 now in development. Microsoft also announced that they are bolstering their Game Pass with a number of new titles, with games such as Age of Empires 3 and the Talos Principle already added, and more coming in the near future, such as most of the Final Fantasy games. Lastly, Microsoft has said that they will be expanding their xCloud streaming service to PC, along with adding over 50 games to the service. And while everyone else is at it, I'd like to take this opportunity to announce NoVoice Gaming's brand new cloud streaming service. For just $14.99 a month, you too can stream your favorite NoVoice Gaming content to any... Thank you all once again for staying at the NoVoice Weekly Inn. If you enjoyed your visit, please rate us 5 stars on Yelp. And don't forget to subscribe to our annual fine dining magazine.
Shibba-da-bee-da-ba-ah-da-ba-doo, fla-doo-ka-boo-dum-ba-da-ba-zee, flip-a-da-nee-ba-da-ba-da-da-boo, a-da-ba-da tasty wasabi.